Tom Headley, welcome
Lord.
back to the studio.
Thanks
Love
for having me.
you here. Always. Well, we were talking a little bit about unique properties. I know that you've sold some,
Yeah.
on both sides as buyers and then as sellers. I know it gets a little bit tricky because that's a very specific buyer when you have properties
Yes.
that, multiple millions of dollars or large acre parcels, things like that. But I just want to maybe share some insight and some stories of those properties that you've been able to represent.
I've had some wins and some losses with unique properties. One of the reasons I work for Sotheby's is, we get calls from people on the Sotheby's site about properties, and it just happened that my turn was up. This was 3 or 4 years ago now. For a $4.5 million house on Lake Cle Elum in Eastern Washington.
Wow.
So he reached out. I gave him a call. Good dude.
Yeah.
We were out there probably 3 or 4 times because it's a very unique property up on a bluff with like a music studio and slept like 16. And he was buying it and was trying to be a surprise for his wife and kids.
Wow. So he did it without them knowing?
He did, yeah.
And it was a cash offer too, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Wow. That's a tough one. A $4.5 million cash, and your wife and kids don't know.
I know it's not something that my wife would appreciate, but he had like a vision in his head where he pulls up and like, guys, this is our new place.
Wow, that's so cool.
And it was beautiful. But when we were closing date, handing keys over, we met the previous owner there. Interesting dude. So he could just walk through the property and tell my client all about the things going on with the house. Because at that place, you get major snow in the winter also.
Yeah.
And so how do you get in and out? It was just a really cool.
That's amazing that the seller did that. I mean, especially with a unique property like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
we were there for like 4 or 5 hours just walking around the property.
Was he a musician of some sort they had a studio?
Yeah, he was. Ish. Yeah.
Okay.
They ended up actually being pretty close neighbors here in the Seattle area.
Oh,
with
really?
Their original homes. That was a fun one. I've also, had 5 Star Farm, which was a 20-acre horse farm on the market. It's now not on the market right now, but I think she would still sell if the right buyer.
Right buyer, right price.
And that gets into when you're in, like you said, unique properties. Like we have to market it towards, specific buyers.
Yes.
I mean, I'm a member of horseproperties.net.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice. Is that a link right to your Sotheby's for the most part?
Yeah, I mean, it linked to we actually built a website for that.
For the property.
For
Oh,
that
wow.
property.
Oh, that's awesome.
Live at 5starfarm.com. It doesn't work right now, but that was a cool. And she's a great lady. She runs. It's a 20-stall horse barn with the largest covered indoor arena in King County. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it was something like that.
Wow.
Beautiful house, beautiful farm, just is a lot of work.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of work. And we came on March of 2020. COVID happened.
Yeah, like literally.
Like that day. So we just didn't start off on a great foot. And that place she's now running it again. She had emptied out the barn to put it on the market, and now it's full again.
And what a unique business, too, because my brother, he's always looking for property because he needs it for boat storage.
Yeah.
And he looks at a lot of equestrian properties because they have these covered arenas and horse stalls and whatnot. And, I mean, you could actually get in there, and I'm sure you're paying top dollar for a place like that, but those things can make $100,000 a year just in boarding horses.
Yeah, it was like $1,000 a stall. So
wow. Do the math.
Yeah,
right?
20 stalls.
Yeah.
But you're working on a horse farm.
Right.
But then, they had lessons going on out there, and Yeah, it's a beautiful property.
Where is it located?
Duval, Carnation.
Carnation.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Very rural area. Right?
Yeah,
You need
right.
for that kind of acreage.
But Unique Properties, Aaron and I, for a while, had the historic Everett Theater on the market. Who's in the market for a theater?
Yeah, that's even smaller buyer
right?
pool there, right?
So that's when you brainstorm, how do we reach the right people that would be interested in this type of property? Because there are people interested.
Yeah.
You just
Gotta find them. Right.
Yeah.
And how'd you guys do it? Social media or like advertising?
We did, and we contacted Seattle Theater Group. We contacted, there's a Village Theater up there in Everett. Theater people. I have friends in the music business. Like if that theater was in Seattle, it would have sold in
a heartbeat.
Right?
Yeah.
Because everyone we took through there, like, oh, this is amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I have actually had the chance we had an event there, and it was so cool. We got to go like underneath the stage in the green room, backstage. Apparently, it might be haunted, or there's ghosts.
That was one of our ideas actually, is to have ghost tours.
Yeah.
Because there are people that do that as well.
Yeah.
But then we thought that's probably not good for
for other buyers.
Yes. Yeah.
You have to be on the ghost train if you're going to be buying. Otherwise, we're not going to be selling.
But I think the biggest takeaway from Unique Properties for both listing and buying is marketing on the listing side, marketing to the right groups. And then as a buyer, if I have a buyer looking for, a unique property, like what are your have-to-haves if you're buying a 10-acre, 5,000 square foot, 6,000 square foot house? Like, do you want a pool? Do you want a sport court? Like, what do you want a theater? Like, what are things that you are looking for?
Yeah.
And it goes back to communicating.
Communication is key.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, cool. Well, thanks for running through that. I knew that you had the Cle Elum place, and I knew about the Everett Theater.
Yeah.
Kind of remember the horse property, but thanks for sharing that today.
Yeah.
I really appreciate
Love to
it.
do it.
Tommy,
brother.
thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.